So he thinks we need to push harder. Let's see. Hello and welcome to video number 3. This one is coming into, I'm trying to think what Grand Prix it is, the Chinese Grand Prix. So as you can see on there, they're saying to us we're actually currently falling behind, and we need to make sure we address the problem. Well, there's only one way that we can address the problem, and that is through upgrading parts. So, parts upgrade. So at the minute, as you can see, we can only really afford the barge boards. But as you can see, I was searching around at seeing what options I did have, or see which one was the best one. So I thought, do you know what, just to get a bit of development on the car, we're going to go for the barge boards, just to push us forward, just to get us going. I'll do some practicing while I'm not here, but let's pop over to qualifying in this race and let's see how it goes.
We'd like to welcome you from wherever in the world you join us today for this F1 qualifying session here in Shanghai, China.
And of course, Shanghai, China is one of my worst circuits. I don't like this circuit at all. But yeah, of course, qualifying as it is, we go straight onto the super softs to get us on for a fast lap. So we can see it here coming down the main straight and making our way toward turn 1. Obviously lifting a bit as we go through there, running very wide, touching the white line on the outside, turning left now, and all you can see here is Rosberg is already pulling away from us as we come down the short straight here before the turn. And then as we hit the turn there into turn 6, and swing around, as you can see Mercedes itself and Rosberg pulling away into the almost flat out turn 7, but I was lifted a few times through there, hitting the brakes into turn 8. And as we start going down, turn 9 comes quickly, and again so does turn 10, sweeping, ran a bit wide out of the corner here. Again, I'm going to be losing a couple of seconds there to the leaders, or to the people ahead of me on the grid. And this is the interesting bit now, 11, 12 and then into 13, and then it is literally from here, just put your foot down and wait, make a cup of tea, read the newspaper, do anything you can as you go down the straights, activate the DRS, and then literally wait until the end and braking as late as you can near to the 100 metre board there. Ran a little bit wide going out, which would have lost me again traction and time. Coming then into the final corner here, number 16, turning into there, running just over the curbs a bit, going over the line to complete the lap. And as you can see, all I got was good work then, but I finished 17th on the grid. So let's push that forward and let's see how it goes for the race. But we're going to hope that we get a decent track time in this one. Hopefully no wing damage. But as you see, 3 places ahead of my colleague there. But yeah, let's see how we get on going into the race itself.
Hard work, ingenuity and ambition. All things you'll find in abundance amongst the 15 million people of Shanghai over there to our southeast. And we've got plenty of that here on the grid as well. 20,000 horsepower, give or take, chomping at the bit to be unleashed for the Chinese Grand Prix. So before the off, let's remind...
Thanks anyway for that, Crofty, and we are going to get into the race itself now. So again, starting 17th on the grid, we've got Haas just to the right of us. I believe that's Grosjean in front and Gutierrez to the right. We've got the car names, Wehrlein comes through and takes a amazing start by Wehrlein there actually. Getting up quite a few positions, got the Renault on the inside, the Haas and Gutierrez. And we start to run a bit wide, taking a few cars on the outside, going round the Wehrlein, going round Fiat. Coming down towards Hulkenberg, we've got Haryanto in 14th, and we've lost a bit of wing again. So we're currently sitting in. So currently sitting in 15th place. Dive down the inside there on Haryanto, and we're dragging, and we take the position. So the change of strategy there was, I believe, to change onto the fresher tyres and change the wing, but I wasn't feeling anything bad with it. I didn't actually look to see what the strategy was, to be honest, but as you can tell, because this is only a commentary, we weren't seeing anything from it. But I'm in rich revs and I'm in 14th position in the race. Got Hulkenberg just ahead of me there in the, I can't remember what car he's in, what car's Hulkenberg in, the Sauber, no, Force India. Ran a bit wide onto the curb there, going down the straight. You'll see the cars behind starting to catch up. I believe it was, and then you see the Manor coming down the inside, and it's Haryanto, and I jam the brakes on. As you'll see quite often in going into this here, I brake a lot later than all the AI cars, so I tend to do quite well on that corner. Going into the last corner there, ran a little bit wide. Don't know whether that was the actual wing braking itself that was affecting me there, but I carried on because I thought I'm not losing positions. I thought at the end of the day, as long as I finish ahead of my teammate, as long as I finish in the top few for the race, I'm going to be happy. Coming around this, the first, second and third corners, swinging into the fourth corner there, with then losing on Hulkenberg, but we're also losing time on the car behind as well. Again, this could be down to the traction that we're losing from the front wing damage, but hitting the brakes into turn 6. As we see, we start to accelerate out. What I might do as well is I've noticed I keep the board up on the right hand side there at the bottom of the screen. What I might do is I might actually take that out from now on, because it does block my right wing mirror when I'm driving. So we'll see how we can change that. But yeah, we're coming out of the corner now, flying down at the straight between turns 10 and 11. This is where, obviously, in the coming up laps, this is where the DRS detection zone will be coming around the next corner. So I need to make sure in the next lap that I'm going to be run a bit wide there, take a bit more curve than what I wanted to take. And as you can see, we've got a double arrow car there, so that will be more than likely the Manor. Again, running very wide there. You see the Manor just about to come to the inside, sweeps to the outside, goes past. I think I got a touch from one of the other cars there. There's a bit of a thud. The Manor goes past, and then as you see, I brake a lot later than them, and then I go up the inside. Leaves them a little bit of room on the inside. Don't want to be too cheeky. But yeah, we've got I think there's a Toro Rosso as well behind. I don't know, because as I've said to you guys probably before, I'm actually watching the replay back of this on a very. I'm actually watching a replay of this on a very, very, very small screen, so I cannot barely read, but I've run wide, and we can see there that it was indeed Kvyat and Haryanto that were following. We've also then got Wehrlein in the Manor, 16th now. We're going to drag him out to the next corner, hopefully, but he's got the pull on us. With Gutierrez, and then coming up behind there, we're going to then shoot down the inside of Wehrlein. Very late braking there. We've got to remember though, the tyres will last till the end of the race easily. It's only a 5-lap race. We're only on lap 3, so we shouldn't be losing any performance out of them at all. But then we're carrying on where we left off. This time though, in fact, with Haryanto and Kvyat ahead of us and pulling away now, as I'm starting to feel more and more effects from the front wing. But again, I didn't want to come into pit. I'd rather have just stayed out and then just hope for the best when it came to that actual lapping itself. So again, running a bit wide because of the effect of the drag going around the corner, and then you're running over the one side of the wing and not the other, so affecting the downforce on the front end of the car. Coming down this straight now, DRS activated for myself. We've got also Wehrlein, a shoot to the inside now. Gutierrez, as I said, it's that later braking of myself compared to the other cars that have been the front left-hand side now of my wing.
So we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race.
But yeah, as I said there, we're nearly at the end of the race now, so we're not too worried about anything that's happening. But it's sort of brought me back again, so I'm back into 17, taking Gutierrez on the straight there, losing the position again. But again, I'm really getting affected by this downforce on the wing, which puts me into Magnussen, and then also my teammate Grosjean, and then as you can see, my teammate Nasser. You probably can't see it in the rear wing because of me keep moving the screen out of the way, or the screen being there. But dive up Grosjean, and of course ran a bit wide. This brings me, you can see there just at the bottom of the screen, you can see my teammates front wing of the car keep coming into shot. As you can see, Grosjean is now pulling away. Grosjean, who we've had a couple of collisions with in the last few races, so hopefully we can keep it clean with him for the last couple of laps of the race. And as we come out of the turn here, going down the straight, as I said, again between turns 10 and 11, got my colleague right behind me, so he's going to have DRS going into the final straight, or the final long straight before the hairpin. As you can see, we're putting the gun down now, going down the straight. He's got a double arrow already, so he's already, you can see him sneaking out in the right wing. Oh, you can't see him sneaking out in the right wing. But he's touched, we have touched, and it's a collision of teammates. So yeah, we'll quickly watch a replay now. You'll see I was coming down the straight. We've got my colleague, or my teammate there, who then, I don't know what actually happened here, because we have to go on board with my teammate here, but I don't know whether I did turn a little bit to the left. I obviously lost a bit of grip there, so he came up behind me a little bit quicker. Obviously he's got DRS now. I sort of stick to the inside. I don't leave him a massive amount of room, but he did have the option to brake. So it did see me out of the race. I did retire on that one because I'm not using flashbacks. I don't know why I've even put them on. But
a great win then for the Mercedes team today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars...
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. So then,
but yeah, continuing where I was before, I've not got flashbacks on, so what you'll see from there is Nasser actually managed to get going again. I had to pop in for a pit stop, but yeah, again, another last place finish due to another crash. At the minute, my career isn't going as I planned it at the moment. Not sitting too tidy in any of the manufacturers' challenges or my drivers' championships. But as you can see, my rivalry against my teammate is still going well. I'm still leading the rivalry in that one. But again, didn't get my session goal, didn't get my teammate goal, and didn't get my drivers' championship goal. So at the minute, the team aren't very happy with my performance. And as we open up the laptop here, we will see that we're going to be entering into the next weekend. So hopefully there'll be a bit of a change there, and we can sort of progress a little bit more, because at the minute I am not doing very well at all. But after all this, guys, thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe. Just subscribe to the channel. Give me a like on the video. Comment as well if there's anything nice you'd like to see in there or new you'd like to see. And goodbye for now. Thank you very much for watching.